African countries, why are you not sending your election observers to monitor US election? Shehu Sani. Now to the news in full. Nigerian senator and human rights activist Shehu Sani recently sparked conversation on social media with a thought-provoking tweet addressing African nations. In his post, Sani questioned why African countries do not send election observers to monitor elections in the United States, a practice commonly applied by Western countries in African elections. Sani tweet reads, Dear African countries, why are you not sending your election observers to monitor the US elections and then compile and publish your report? This tweet, though short, highlights the disparity in the international electoral oversight practices between Western nations and African countries. Western powers such as the United States and the European Union routinely send election observers to African countries, assessing the transparency, fairness, and overall conduct of the voting process. These reports often shape international perception and legitimacy of elections in Africa. Sani's statement suggests that African countries should reciprocate this practice, sending their own teams of observers to monitor elections in powerful Western nations, particularly the United States. By compiling and publishing their findings, African nations will be able to offer their own assessment of the democratic process in the US, just as the West does in Africa. His tweet also raises broader questions about the dynamics of international relations, especially the perception of African governance compared to Western democracies. By highlighting this imbalance, Sani prompts a conversation on whether African countries should assert themselves more on global stage, particularly when it comes to scrutinizing Western democratic processes. But really, what do we want to go and observe in United States election? Because we know that their elections will always be free and fair. We've seen a lot of it. We see it on Twitter, we see it on Instagram when they are doing their election. It is always fair and fair. They don't rig like us in this country. So, what are we going to go and observe? Okay, maybe we can go and observe to see how they actually conduct their election, how they make it free and fair, without people trying to hide, without people running helter-skelter, without people fearing that my candidate that I want to vote for, somebody will come and shoot me, or somebody will come and threaten me not to vote for this person. Maybe that is what we should go and observe, because really there is nothing to observe in the election of US. There's nothing to observe there. Their election will always be free and fair. Dr. Gerard Oslo says, yes, why are they not sending observers to the Western election? And why are British not attending National Theatre during their election as we attend to Chatham Hall? Africans are so blind and cowardish continent. Latif Brother Moses says, a very pertinent question from Sani Shehu. We have relegated ourselves as slaves. I have asked myself that question several times. We play our cards into their hands. Well, I don't know about that, but there's nothing we want to go and observe there. And also, we should stop allowing them to come and observe us. It is better we keep our shame. It should remain in our country and not extending it to other countries to see how bad corruption has eaten deep into our own country. And that is why they always have leverage against us. Because in the United States, there is always rule of law. They obey the law. You cannot rig election. People will call you out. And the life of their people, it matters. It is not in this country that they will just kill anybody and they will carry their corpse and go and hide it. You will not see look at what happened during EndSARS. People's corpse till today, they've not seen it. People's children that died, they don't know where their sons or their daughters are buried. So things like that, it will never happen in US. If I don't want this person, if I did not vote for this person and he won, they are definitely going to talk. But in our country, anything goes. So there's nothing to go and observe over there, except we want to go and see how they are actually conducting their election, how they make it automatic, how they make it free and fair. That is what we should go and observe. Matthew Oriafo says, what for? Make Yakubu Mahmoud go show them how to write fake results. I wonder. Instead of them to go there and go observe and see how they are actually doing things, how they are not being compromised, that is what they should go and learn there. And not saying that they want to go and observe to see if they are not rigging election in US. It's not possible. Peter Umuna says the slave masters are eating on the table and want the slaves to go and join them on the table. Alaba Oluwafemi says it is because their population is too much. Shehu says Africa is a problem to themselves. The day they eschew ideologies and doctrines of the Western world, they will realize that Westerners can't do without them, having possessed huge deposits of what the Westerners need in terms of humans and mineral and solid resources. Africa remains important to the Westerners. Once the correct politician realizes it is the better for Africa and Africans, yes, exactly, we have a lot of potentials in this country. I say that the natural disaster that we have in this country are our politicians, are the people that are ruling over us. If not for that, Nigeria will be a better place to stay. People will be coming to Nigeria to come and stay. People will be jackpying to Nigeria, not the other way around, because we have a lot of potentials. We have the human power, we have the resources, we have everything in our country to make our lives better. It's just our politicians that have decided to pocket everything for themselves, and that is why people are running to a better country where things are actually working. If we have good governors, if we have good presidents, if we have good leaders in this country, then Nigeria will be a better place to stay, and we will not be going jackpying to another country. They are the ones that will jackpot to our country. Godwin Obo says they are not ready to learn from other countries. They are accustomed with buying votes and corrupting the electoral process. Exactly, they are not ready to learn. If they are ready to learn, they go outside, they see how these things work. Most of them go to most of them are citizens. They go to vote, they see how these things work. They know how these things work free and fairly. But no, they rather vig in their own state because they know that nobody will catch them. Nobody will say anything. Everybody will just keep quiet. Anything goes in our country. So that is why they do that. David Olowokere says, Shehu Sani's thought-provoking question is what's being considered, but as what or who will such people will watch those powerful and greatly advanced nation election. However, they can go there to understudy what can be beneficial to us back home. Exactly. That is what they should go and do. If they want to go and observe, they should go and observe how to bring a better voting system to our own country as well. The way they have good voting system in the United States, that is what they should do. Zach Emmanuel says, because Africans are not doing election, it is just selection. Exactly. People that are there, they are not elected, they put themselves there. They selected themselves there. Even in governorship, you select somebody to become the governor. It is not as if people voted for them. So if they want to observe anything in the United States, they should observe how they make their election free and fair, how it goes on without any fight, without issues, without corruption and everything. That is what they should go and observe. My listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Do not forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.